I can't believe I'm actually doing this. This is actually kind of crazy to me. So, yeah. Wow. My name's Valerie. I'm 17, and this fall I'll be going into my senior year of high school. I'm a figure skater, a drum major of my school's marching band. I'm a very high academic achiever. I'm a student ambassador. I do a lot, but I'm struggling. And I don't like admitting that, but I need to. And I need somewhere to talk about it. When I was younger, I used to be very, very good about getting my stuff done on time, or even early, and submitting my stuff on time. But the older I've gotten, the worse I've gotten about procrastination and, you know, not prioritizing my schoolwork or things I need to do. It's honestly kind of crazy, and I think I had my wake-up call. I'm so sick of living my life like this. I'm so sick of putting off the important things that I need to do. I'm sick of feeling like I don't have discipline. I'm sick of just feeling like I don't have a purpose. And you would think, well, why do you feel that way? Because you're doing so many things that, you seem very important to. Yeah, that's true. But I'm not talking about my purpose right now. I'm talking about my purpose later on in life. Like, I have very few things that I'm doing right now that I'm going to take on into the rest of my life, and I'm trying to build a life that I can see myself living for a while. Does that make sense? See, I'm not gonna be in school forever. I'm not gonna be in academics forever. I'm not going to be a student ambassador forever. I'm gonna be a figure skater as long as I can, but I'm pretty sure I can't do that forever. But I don't really do anything outside of that. Yeah, I play the clarinet, but I haven't been very focused in on it. So yeah, I'm just really tired of living like this. Like, it's so bad. It is so bad. I feel like I've hit my absolute rock bottom. And for more ways than I think I'm making clear. I feel like my life has slowly come to the way it has. And a lot of people think, oh, your life's not that bad. Yeah, it's really not, but it doesn't feel like I'm maximizing my life. And sometimes I feel like an absolute shell of the person I could be, or was supposed to be. I have a problem where I'm low-key stalking someone right now. This is someone I used to be friends with and actually used to date a couple years ago. And I need to just be a little open about this. I used to not. I don't know if I want to explain the whole story right now, but I don't know if it's my place to share because it is a shared experience. And it is with someone who uses YouTube and who creates YouTube videos and who is active on a lot of platforms. Actually, but the short version of the story is when we were both in 7th grade, which was 4 years ago now, I think. 5 years ago, yeah, obviously 5. We were in 7th grade in 2020, so 5 years ago. We started dating, and it was really great. It went so well for a hot minute. Like, we dated for a good 2 years. There was a lot of stuff that happened in between then. Like I said, don't know if I should go into it, so I'm not really going to. But we did have to break up and stop talking every now and again because our parents weren't the most approving of our relationship. So there were a couple gaps in the 2 years, but we did date for a good amount of time when we were together. So yeah, 7th grade to about halfway through, beginning of 8th grade, everything was pretty much all right. Then we had to stop talking because of her parents from 8th grade until the beginning of freshman year. Then beginning of freshman year, we started talking again, got together again, and it was great. I literally everything I could have ever hoped for, because those past the months that I didn't have her, I felt like I'd lost some part of me actually. And I know a lot of people say that, but it was just so hard because she's someone who I basically grew up with at that point. And no, she hasn't been around my whole life. I met her in 6th grade, okay? But we went through those pivotal years of middle school together. And we also went through a global pandemic together. So, you know, it was hard to not have her around because it feels like she was my everything. Because she was. She really was my everything. I literally, everything I did was for her or about her or with her. And she may not feel this way. And that's totally fine. That's our different experiences. If I wasn't with her I was always trying to find a way to include her or make her feel better. All I did when I was with her, and this is not her fault, this is my fault, was I did school and skating and practiced. That's it. That's all I did. Practice for my instrument, by the way. That's all I did. And that's not her fault, but those were things I did because, you know, I wasn't skating for a while before then. Obviously had to practice my instrument and obviously school. Nothing else for fun. I used to make bracelets, but I slowly stopped because I wanted to use all my time to just talk to her and be around her. Well, around. We all only had to really talk and FaceTime. It's all we really could do because obviously global pandemic, right? Anyways, back to the story. I had to stop talking until beginning of freshman year, and I felt so terrible through 8th grade up to then because I felt like I lost a big part of me. And when she was back, it was like everything. I never wanted to lose her again. I was so protective, like truly. It was another level. Like, I definitely do not feel like the same person I was then. Obviously, I mean, who is? But we got together again. Then she met this guy. And she's never been good at rejecting people or rejecting people's advances. That's just who she is. Very shy, sweet girl. She doesn't want to disappoint people or let her down. It's her, what do they say? Heroic faults? Is that what they say? In those tragedies? Tragic flaw. I think it's a tragic flaw. That was one of her tragic flaws. So this guy asked her to dance, and she accepted because, according to her, she didn't feel that there was a way to decline. And this is someone she had to see every day in her classes. And you know what? I totally respect that. You don't want it to be awkward. But we were together, and she accepted his request to go to a dance together. And she told me in a very, like, in my opinion, I find it really funny looking back on, in a very overhand way, because I was like, hey, what happened? She's like, are you going to this dance? I was like, no, I wasn't really planning on it. Why? She didn't tell me the reason. She posted on a private Instagram story. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then I was like, it's fine. In my opinion, this was stupid of me. I said it was fine. But he needs to know about me. She never ended up telling him. She kept telling me, oh, I'll tell him. Never did. The dance rolls around. I wait in my car for her. I watch her get out. She doesn't even look for me or wait for me, even though I text her, hey, I'm waiting for you. She finds him, and they go in together. Of course, after her parents take some photos. It was very cute. And I gotta say, they were pretty cute together. But they walk in, and she told me that she was gonna tell him that night about us, but that didn't happen. She actually did her best to stay away from me that whole night. That night I broke up with her. I cried and cried and cried because every single time I brought up my concerns with her, she said that she would always choose me. Well, she didn't, and that's okay. I respect that decision. That's totally fine. But it still hurt, you know? It still hurt nonetheless. I did end up telling her boyfriend like 2 or 3 months because her boyfriend and I were actually friends a couple years ago. So we ended up talking. Not like talking, stage talking, but like I ended up snapping at him because he's like, oh, it just feels so good because she keeps telling me I'm her first this, I'm her first that. and I was sitting there knowing dang well I was. So I kind of got upset by constantly hearing that, lashed out at him, told him everything. They had a huge blow up fight, and after that, we pretty much me and her didn't really talk again. She apologized to me that summer, and let me put a time frame to this. February 2023, we broke up. July 2023, she apologized to me, and I forgave her. I accepted her apology, wished her the best with her life, and moved on. But it was hard. It was so hard to move on, I have to be honest with you, because having her in my life, having some kind of relationship like that was such a big part of my life for so long. I didn't know what to do without it. So I proceeded not to know, and I went from person to person dating, and it sucked. It really sucked. I never got to really process or comprehend anything. I just, tried to be the perfect girlfriend, tried to give all my attention to the next person, hoping it would fill the void. It never really did. I always ended up missing her, viewing her socials. Always. It became a thing where once a week I would just look to see if she posted anything new. And then whenever band started back up again, I had less time, started healing, started making new friends again. And yeah, that was great. And I was finally starting to actually get over her. Until I found out that her and that guy broke up, and that guy became my friend again. Because we didn't really talk, because I think he said she told him not to be friends with me because I'm a terrible person. Hey, totally fine, up to your perspective. It's whatever. It's the past, can't change it. So, yeah, we became friends again. But being around someone who had a similar experience to me and really opened up a hole in my heart, and he talked a lot about her, which I said was fine. It really wasn't, though, because it made me think so much about her again, that I had lost all my progress that I had gained by making new friends and distracting myself with other things, that I ended up going back to her social medias. Like, I got good. I used to do every week, went from to every month to never. It had been so long since I last checked her socials. And then I was back on my bull crap every day, checking for anything new. It was bad. And that's just because I had a constant reminder of her near me. And that's not his fault. He needed to talk about these things. He didn't have many people to talk to, or at least not many people who would understand the experience. I understood the experience because I went through something very similar. They just ended in two different ways. And selfishly, I will admit, I ended up dating that guy who she left me for. And he was great. He was awesome. Very sweet, very kind. But we ended up breaking up July of 2024 because we just didn't agree on some things, and it would just be better to break up. Totally fine. We're friends still, and we talk every now and again, but we've definitely drifted. But the point of all that was to say, I've been trying to cover up the hole that she's left in me. Obviously, dating people helps to fill it. Checking her social medias makes me feel like there's a ghost still there. And yeah, it's been a year since I've dated anybody, so I've had a lot of time to make friends and work on myself and do lots of things, because last year was my junior year of high school. Very pivotal. You go on a lot of tours, you do a lot of crazy schoolwork. I had so much schoolwork that I didn't really have time to think. And then a few days ago weeks ago, rolls around, and I was curious, because one of my friends was like, oh, matching profiles with this person. I'm like, oh, who's this person? Maybe, do I know them? No, I'm not seeing anyone else who follows them. Let's just look on their direct following list. And right there was it. My ex-girlfriend from a few years ago, following so-and-so. I was in shock. My stomach has never sank quicker. Well, actually it has since then, but I was like, no way. So I started thinking about her again. And I started checking my socials again. Once again, slowly deteriorating all the progress I'd made to being more independent. Slowly but surely. And, you know, I was getting good about telling myself, no, you can't keep checking. This is unhealthy. She doesn't care about you anymore. Not in a mean way, but she has her own life now. She probably has moved away. She's got a lot of stuff going on. You're irrelevant. And sometimes you gotta say it like that. Sometimes you gotta say it as it is. You gotta be harsh with yourself, especially when you're someone like me, who's very delusional. I'm so stupid delusional. I've imagined so many crazy scenarios driving places, thinking I'm gonna see her in these random places. Never seen her in the random places before, by the way. Never. But I always thought it was something that would happen. So, I was away for National Showcase a few days ago. And this was, I think it was Sunday. I was just bored in the car, and I was very curious. I wanted to see what she was up to. And I did. Turns out she was actually thinking about me. Posted a good bit of stuff referencing me. And when I tell you, I have never dropped the ball faster than this. I was back on my bullshit, like seriously. I started going onto every single social every day, refreshing pages, seeing what she was up to. I figured out she has an anonymous ask and answer questions thing, okay? I figured that out. No, I didn't figure that out. It's in like all of her bios, okay? And silly me being very desperate for her attention, because I'm gonna be honest with her, I'm not over her. I still love her. I want her back. I don't care what happened in our relationship. I don't care what's happened in the time since then. She was a very big part of my life. And for years, I spent so much time trying to fill a hole. And you know what? Why try and fill the hole with something else when the original is right in front of you? So I decided, I'm just gonna message her on these anonymous pages. I sent 12. And sent 12 messages in the past 3 days. And you think, oh, that's not too bad. She had 10 to start off with, all like a long time apart. And then suddenly she gets like all these messages within the last like 72 hours. So if you're ever watching this, hi, yeah, all that random attention is me. I'm sorry. And I know that's weird, but I'm not over you, okay? I'm not. And yeah. So the reason I'm saying this, all of this whole story, this whole messy story, is because I feel my life slowly slipping out of control again. Because right after we broke up, my life was so out of control. I had developed a ton of bad coping mechanisms trying to fill the void, okay? Some of these are gonna be like, some of these were binge eating, some of these were self-harm, and obviously dating person to person, that kind of thing. Those were my coping mechanisms. And honestly, I don't want to fall back into that. I don't. And I feel like I'm getting very close to going back into those bad old habits again. I'm very close. So that's why I'm here. That's the bread and butter. That's your bricks. That's your rock. That's your foundation. That is why I'm here. I'm trying to make my life better. I'm trying to move on and live my life. Because I know, no matter what I do, no matter how much I miss her or she misses me, I can't be with her. I know I can't. Unfortunately. So I need to move on with my life. I need to become a person, because I'm going into my senior year of high school. I'm about to become a full-grown adult in 2 months. Technically, in a month. I don't have a lot of time left to grow as a person before I leave and hit the real world. And it's totally fine if you don't have your life together by the time you're going into your senior year. That's totally fine. But I feel so like, I don't feel like a person is what I'm trying to say. I don't feel like an independent person. I feel like a codependent person who needs another cog to work properly, like a gear, you know? So I need to make my own. I need to make my own little cog to help me work. And we gotta start from the ground up. Because honestly, I've got a lot of things I need to fix about myself. A lot of things I need to heal, okay? A lot of things I need to do. And I'm so sick and tired of just sitting around thinking, waiting for the day that it's gonna happen. Because it's not gonna fall from the sky, okay? A few weeks ago, in case it's not obvious, I live in the United States. A few weeks ago, Trump decided to fire back at Iran, I think. Okay, look, I'm not very knowledgeable in the times, but I do know that so many people are like, well, we're gonna die. World War III starting. Guys, the world ends on Tuesday. And I just had this whole moment of life flashing before my eyes. And it really put life into perspective for me. We could die any minute, any day now. And you're telling me I've spent most of my life waiting for someone to come back into my life? You're telling me I've spent so much time just waiting for me to just magically become a better person? And I'm just here to say right now, it's not. It's not gonna happen. The good things in life aren't just gonna come out of nowhere for me. I mean, good things do happen every now once and again. Those are absolute blessings, and I cherish them. But all the things that I want to happen, most of them rely on me to work on myself. So, let's talk. What are the things that I want to be better at? What are the things I want to do? I actually have a few goals. They're not on here. The funny thing is, this is my general script that I've been using to film all my intro videos with. It's so funny because there's like nothing written on here. We spend more time planning than we do actually doing, and I'm absolutely no different. Very true, by the way. I've tried to make this account and channel and lifestyle changes so many times because I planned it all. I've never actually committed to anything. So this is my kick in the ass to tell me that I need to wake up. I need to wake up. I need to do these things because, like I just said, it's not just gonna happen out of the blue. It starts with me. Ball drop. Whoa. Okay. So I know I was acting. I seem very serious. I'm really not. I'm quite a fun person, but I just wanted to express some things, and that was my backstory that I wanted to express. I feel this void inside, and I need to do something with it. I need to express it creatively. I need to change. And I can't just doom scroll all day because that's what I've been doing to try and cope. I can't do that anymore. That's not healthy, okay? That's not healthy, honey. We're here to try and be healthy. Mentally and physically. So, let's talk about my goals. Number 1, I'm an overweight teenage girl who does all these crazy things, like figure skating and being a drum major. I'm pretty active. Like, you would look at me and you're like, that girl's not active at all. I bet she's lit. I was trying to say sit and lays at the same time. I bet she sits on her butt all day eating nothing but potato chips. Okay, sometimes I do. And what about it, huh? But anyways, I do a lot of crazy, like a lot of active things. But I don't look it. And it's not about aesthetics. I mean, partially it is because I'm so tired of telling people, yeah, by the way, I am a figure skater. You're a figure skater? Okay. Like, do you know how many, you don't, but do you know how many people have judged me like that? Like, you're a figure, yeah, I can tell, because, figure skating is one of those historically body-conscious sports where everyone's, like, supposed to be thin. Yeah, I'm not, okay, what about it? I'm, like, 40 pounds overweight, 20 to 40, whatever the general range is. So, let's see, stats, I'm 5'3". I weigh 164 pounds last time I checked. Pretty high body weight, body fat concentration. I'm sick of it. And like I said, not just for aesthetic reasons. I feel terrible a lot of the time. Obviously, there is a bit of aesthetics that play into it. I hate how I look sometimes. Like, sometimes I'm fine. I'm like, okay, I look kind of cute. Most of the time, I'm like, this outfit would look so much better if I wasn't built like this. And let me just say, my build is very unfortunate. I'm not one of those girls who are very evenly proportioned. No, I've got no boobs, no butt, giant stomach. It sucks. It sucks so bad. It sucks. So there's that. And the reason I am this big is because I binge eat. I binge eat to deal with my emotions. And yeah, I eat like there's no tomorrow all the freaking time. And I'm so sick of that because it makes me wake up the next morning and I feel like I'm about to die. Like, I've had so many nights where I eat so much to the point where I can't move. I can't even lay down without feeling like I'm gonna throw up or at extreme discomfort. Like, truly, it is genuinely binge eating. I've done it a lot and it is very uncomfortable and I don't feel good about it. I hate it. Sometimes I go to my skating practices and I feel the cholesterol building up around my heart, like, and I feel myself getting out of breath faster. I can't be doing this anymore. I'm about to become a young adult, and in figure skating, that means you get at least 30 seconds extra program. You get more time to do things. I don't have a lot of endurance to already be doing the programs I have, and my programs aren't that much. I need to get my stamina back. I need to feel better doing these things, and I feel like losing some weight, some body fat will actually help my self-esteem and confidence and help me achieve this hot girl senior year that I've been trying for a hot minute. Because yeah, I look fine now, but I could always look better, and I think it would make me feel better, genuinely, because that would mean I'm eating smaller portions, the correct portions actually, and I'm eating good food for you. Most of the food I binge on are not healthy foods, obviously. It's going to be things like chips, it's going to be things like cookies and ice cream and chocolate chips, all like junk food, basically. Lots and lots and lots of junk food. I love junk food, okay? I do. But I'm like just getting sick thinking about it because of the amount of times that I've absolutely cleared out that food. Like, it disgusts me. It's truly disgusting how much I've eaten because I felt like an uncontrollable monster, okay? And that's how I feel. I'm not saying if you binge eat, you're like that, or you eat a lot, you're like that. No, that is a genuine, I'm not full, I'm not hungry, I'm full. I just can't stop, though. I feel like a ravenous monster. I'm serious. This is literally things that have happened. Luckily, I haven't had a very bad binging episode in a little bit because it's summer and I haven't, forgotten to eat meals or skipped meals intentionally, or haven't been doing too crazy workouts, so I don't have too much bad extreme hunger anymore. I don't have bad extreme hunger right now. But I want to make sure that if that ever happens again, I'm not going to binge like that ever again, because like it's so not healthy. And I'm also lactose intolerant. Most of the foods I binge on have dairy in it, and it hurts so bad. Most people, it's all, well, you know the jokes. I end up feeling so nauseous and like I'm gonna throw up every time I eat dairy. It's so bad. It's so bad. And I eat a lot of greasy food, so it's not good for my health in general. We have a lot of history of diabetes and fatty liver and lots of high cholesterol, bad health problems in my family. And I've been acting like, no, there isn't. I actually am gonna have perfect health forever. Gonna live forever, yay! No, I'm not. I need to actually get better. I need to heal, inside and out. Well, that's the body aspect. My goal weight's probably around 120 pounds, something like that. It is a little more specific, planned out, laid out, but I don't have it in front of me to reference, and I don't exactly have a plan yet, but I'm definitely going to talk about it maybe tomorrow when I actually have time. Today, though, today's date is, by the way, is July 31st, 2025. It is currently 11:04 p.m. And yeah, that's my life. This is always how I do it. I always film late at night. You're going to want to get comfortable with my room because this is where I'm going to be filming for the most part. Because I don't film outside, it scares me. My parents' judgment scares me. I look crazy when I film, okay? I usually get asked, who are you talking to? Myself. Yes, I'm low-key schizophrenic, okay? Calm down. But, yeah, that's my physical health aspect of it. Like I said, obviously I'll get more specific about it later, tomorrow. And by the way, this video I'm trying to make come out tonight. I am a little crazy, but maybe it'll help me be more accountable, because that's been my big flaw in the past, is that I didn't automatically submit the video when I had the motivation. I need to. Especially since school starts on Monday, by the way. It's Thursday. My school starts on Monday. Senior year starts Monday. I'm not gonna have a lot of time, but I need to use my time. So when I can't do this. Okay? Cool. Glad we got that established. Number 2 thing that I want to improve and help is my mental state. I do not want to be doom scrolling. I do not want to be stalking people. I don't want to be thinking every single free moment I have, what could have been, or what could be, or, you know, what would happen if I just said this thing on her random notes page. I can't do this, guys. It's so bad. I like reload her page all the time. I can't be doing that. That is not healthy. I even went to the point where today's question was, hey, what are you doing today? I had to resist thing because I've been noticing a severe lack of any online internet activity. She can't know that. I tried to make these questions so it doesn't lead to me. Luckily, she doesn't seem very suspicious. Doesn't seem is the key word though, because some people, like her especially, do not tell you when they're suspicious of things. So, yeah, I don't want to be doing all those things. I want to improve my confidence. A lot of confidence comes from your mindset, okay? I don't have a very confident mindset. I hesitate. I doubt myself a lot. That is the reason I haven't actually posted one of these things before, because I hesitate and I'm scared of what people are going to say about me. But you know what? I right now, I don't care. I don't care what people are going to say to me or say about me. This is for me. This isn't for anyone else. This is mainly for me. Yes, there is a part of content creation that I enjoy and I want to put stuff out there for people, but it's not, at the end of the day, it's not about them. It's going to be about me. So I want to improve my mental state. I want to improve my sense of discipline. I have a ton of books I need to read. I want to get them read. And it's not, I can't get those books read if I'm doom scrolling all day, okay? So I need to get better with that kind of discipline. And finally, I want to get better spiritually and with my relationship with God. I'm a Christian. I've been a Christian since I was, like, born, basically. My grandfather's a preacher. My mom grew up with him being a preacher and going back and forth every weekend to, like, 2 or 3 hours away from where they lived for him to go preach at the place that they needed him. Okay, it's been very ingrained in my life since I was little. But throughout my life, I've had such an iffy relationship with God. Like, I've known a lot about, or not really known, but he's shown me his love and his trust and his forgiveness so many times, and I've constantly just walked away from it, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate the person I've become. I hate how I'm so far away from God, because I don't want to be like that. There's a lot of things I need to do. I need to improve that relationship with him, because truly it's very important to me for many, many, many reasons. It's just very important. And if you don't believe in God, that's totally fine. That's your choice, your life, your beliefs. I'm not going to dictate what you do or who you believe in or what you believe in. If you believe, great. If you don't, great. If you believe in something else, great. I don't really care. Like I said, this is specific to me. These are my things that I want to improve. Not everybody has to follow that, and you don't have to agree with me. That's okay. But I've spent a lot of my time doing things I've known are wrong and straying away from God for so long. I need to just get back on the train, because every time that I was closer to God and actually in my Bible reading scripture, I felt so much better than I do when I'm not, you know? So those are my 3 main things I want to change and improve about my life. I want to lose some body fat. I want to improve my mindset, be a little more be more confident, less hesitant, and I want to improve my relationship with God. Now, I'm gonna get a little bit into the plans. I'm not really too sure yet because I don't have them written down right here. They're on my phone though, and I'm recording this on my phone. Okay, look, I'm a broke high schooler. I don't have money for a full-on camera or a whole setup. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna do this a lot. This is just a fun thing for now. A fun thing that's gonna keep me accountable, okay? That's all this is right now. But also, I'm pursuing one of my passions, because I've always wanted to be a content creator of some sort, mainly a YouTuber, because YouTubers are so cool. Ever since I learned what a YouTuber was when I was like 8, I've always wanted to be one. It's always been at the back of my mind. Let me just say, it started off with like 5 Minute Craft, like life hack creators like Wenji. Then it developed into Viners being like a comedy channel. Then gaming channels with Markiplier. I love Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. Oh my gosh, Jacksepticeye's Sally Face playthrough is one that I will always watch. Fun fact, I started watching Sally Face through Gloom, but then like I couldn't find her channel for the longest time, so I just watched Jacksepticeye, and I just love his take on it too. Sally Face is, by the way, one of my favorite video games. Then I went to be, reaction channel, commentary. Now it's health and wellness, and I think I've already said this in another intro, but I can't believe I'm actually doing this. It's such a blessing to be able to do any of this, to have a phone to record with and a laptop I can have a script on at the same time, or the ability to have a YouTube channel and get to speak and share my experiences and journey. It's such a blessing, truly. I just never thought I'd be this way, I never thought I'd sit here on a random Thursday night talking about how I'm going to improve my life. Low-key, it sucks, because I always wanted to be a gaming YouTuber. I still do. This this laptop right here, a gaming laptop. It's meant for gaming. I use it for work most of the time. I use it to write on Google Docs or do my schoolwork, okay? It's not. It's so sad. And the funny thing is, that's irrelevant, but whatever. I'm slowly getting back into my gaming, okay? I just haven't had a lot of time recently. But I have a lot of stacked games. So if you do want to see me play some games, let me know and I will figure something out so we can play some games. Yes, I'm excited. I'm really excited. But this is the header of a new chapter in my life. Because I'm so done with all these other chapters. I'm ready to start fresh, start over, get better, be a new person. So how I'm gonna do all these things? Okay, obviously I'm gonna be in a caloric deficit to lose weight. I've done the calculations a ton of times. My TDEE is like 2,100 calories, and then a good deficit will be 1,700. I'm gonna be using MyFitnessPal to log my food, and obviously I have a Fitbit, so that's gonna be logging my activity. I know the calorie burning isn't the most accurate, so that's why I gotta try and hardline stick to the 1,700 a day. I'm not very good at hardline sticking to it though, but I'm gonna get better about it. I'm gonna drink a lot more water. Water is very important for you. It's very good for your health, and it's very good to stay hydrated, especially when you do a lot of physical activity or you're outside sweating a lot. I'm gonna be doing both, especially with marching band. So I need to make sure I'm staying hydrated. I'm gonna try and be more active. Yes, I am a drum major, but all I'm doing is literally waving my hands all day. And I'm a figure skater, but I need a condition for figure skating. I need to condition so I could have better endurance, and so I can have higher jumps, and I can be stronger for all my things. I also need to condition for a parade. Actually, fun fact, my band's going to the 2026 Pasadena Rose Parade. I'm super excited, but we have to make sure we can march and play 7 miles in the next few months, so I gotta get on that. I have a lot of goals. It's more than just aesthetics as to why I want to lose weight. I know I mentioned a lot of aesthetics, but it's hard to explain my reasons. Okay, sometimes it's just very hard. Also, revenge body. Come on, hear me out. Revenge body. Mentally, I'm gonna be journaling a lot more. My first step is going to be journaling consistently, so I can actually get my thoughts out there and I'm not holding them in so much. That way I'm not going to just lash out at everybody. I've noticed, I've journaled before. I feel a lot calmer and more centered when I journal, so I need to do that. And then I can get onto more of these mindset things. Finally, to improve my spiritual relationship with God, I'm going to be doing more devotionals and reading the Bible once every day. So those are my main, just starting off goals. I'm going to put them up here on screen just to show visual representation for you visual people like me. These are my goals. At least for this week, this is what I'm going to do. It's going to be try to walk 10K steps a day. Drink, it's usually like half your body weight in fluid ounces, so that would be like 80 fluid ounces of water every day. Stick to 1,700 calories a day. Journal every day. And read the Bible every day. Those are my goals. Sorry for your absolute word vomiting on you. I'm really sorry about that. But that's me for you. And if you're interested, I would recommend subscribing. Obviously, you don't have to. I am a huge not subscriber. I used to watch YouTube signed out, or when I was signed in, I would never subscribe to anything. I don't know why. It was a weird thing. But yeah, if you're interested, subscribe. If not, you don't have to. I talk a lot. I'm annoying. I'll probably get on your nerves at some point. I apologize. But I just wanted to say, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for listening and hearing me out and being here, giving me an audience, giving me a space. I really appreciate it. And I hope this marks the beginning of a truly great experience for all of us. Thank you.